Alrighty. A lot of people ask me how I do my paintings on wax. An example one here. This is all done with wax and an iron. And when I say iron, I mean like one of these. And you need one that's flat, not one with a bunch of holes in it. So you need, it's called a craft iron. You can get them at craft stores or online or wherever. I haven't found any big ones. If anybody knows where I can get like a large, big, giant one that's flat with no holes in it, I'd appreciate it. You can use a household iron if you cover it with foil, if you want to do something big. But this works for doing little cards. This is just standard poster board, and it's got like a glossy finish on one side and a matte on the other. You want to use the glossy side. This is just scrap paper, just to take the excess wax that's going to pour off of this. And then of course you need wax. These are encaustic wax. They come in little sticks like these. You can get them in all kinds of colors. You can use crayons. I've used crayons before, but they tend to smell funny. And the cool thing about this process is it's quick. So I mean, if you want to do something creative really fast, if you don't have a lot of time, and it's really easy to do, anybody can do it. I mean, I'm not really, an artist. I just enjoy, doing something creative to kill the time. And I'll show you real quick how to do it. And if you want to spend time and things like that, you can get some real detail, but I like to do these things real quick and knock them out real fast. So here's what you do. You set your iron on low. You don't want to heat your wax too high. It'll stink up your house. And start with the sky. So, and all you do is just get some wax and you melt it on your iron like this. This is blue. And you want to kind of add some different colors into it. And we'll add a little bit of red to get a hue to it. And then you just pour it on. And you can go over as many times as you want. And there you go. There's a quick sky. This is just standard tissue Kleenex that I'm using to wipe off the iron. And the cool thing about this is you'll get different effects every time. Nothing will look the same. And then I'll show you how to do a hill. Take your wax, a dark wax, put it on the edge of the iron like this. And then you want to take a lighter color like a green or an orange and just go over the top like this. And this will mix together really nicely. And you kind of want to do figure eights like that. And you can go over as many times as you want to give it some depth. And you can see it kind of looks like hills in the background there. I ran out of colors. These normally aren't the colors I use, so I'm not really happy with the way this one's turning out, but until I go to the store and get some more wax, this will have to do. Now I'll show you how to do kind of like foliage. It looks kind of like bushes and stuff. Normally I do this with green, but I don't have any green, so we're going to use brown, and this will make it look kind of like a desert. And I'm kind of tapping lighter colors just to give some variety. You'll see what that does in a minute. You want to pick the card up, and you just want to push like this. And what this is doing is it's creating a vacuum in the iron. And it gives you the look of these little, almost looks like corals. If you ever do anything underground or underwater, I mean, it looks really, really neat. And it kind of gives you this neat, I don't know, it kind of like dead trees and dead branches mowing around. Alright, I need some more tissue. the iron off. And another thing you could do is if you take the tip of the iron in some color, you can kind of dab like this, and it kind of looks like flowers. Works better on green. You can also use a stylus. You need a low heat stylus, though most of the styluses that you see like in craft stores won't work. They're too hot. Your wax will just burn. And that gives you kind of a flowery look. Like that. And another thing you could do is you could use the edge of the iron to make grass. I'll show you how to do that. What you do is you just drag it through like this, and if you turn it a bit, you get this kind of curve, and it kind of looks like a flower. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And depending on which way you turn it, you can get a fatter curve or a softer curve. Like there's a fat one right there. You just have to kind of experiment, and sometimes I'll take a little bit of color and just dab over it just to kind of hide the ends. But you get the idea. And voila, you'll notice I got a little spot there. That's okay. You can take a scribing tool and prick it off, and when you're done, stuff dries immediately. I mean, as soon as you put it on, it's dry. So take a tissue, give it this luster, and there you go. That was really, really quick. I didn't really take my time. Like I said, if you take your time and pick your colors right, you can get some really neat effects. Here's a bigger one I did. I'll show you guys some examples of some other ones I did a while ago. And that's it. That's basically how you do it. It's real easy. All you need is wax, an iron, some poster board, and some time, and you're good to go. Alright, so I thought I'd show you guys some examples of some things I did in the past. This is my attempt at making like a path or a road. And basically what I did was everything was done the same thing in the video with the hills and the foliage and all that. But then I took a tissue and I started in the back and I just started rubbing away the wax, and you gotta push kind of hard to rub it off, and you leave little, specks and things like that to look like kind of rocks and dirt, and you kind of make it larger as you come to the front. This is kind of an experiment to see if it worked. I rather like the way it turned out. And you can also turn this into a stream if you take some oil pastels or something and color in some water in there. And the bird, that's supposed to be a bird. It didn't turn out very well. It's just done with the tip of the iron. You just dip it in some black and just make a little V shape, and that's a road. This I was trying to do sort of like desert canyons, like you're on top of a cliff looking down and there's like some water and then some kind of, not really desert, but kind of like rocky mountains. And basically what I did was I just tilted the iron on the side and just let the wax drip off, and you kind of go in points to make them kind of sharp and jagged, and it's kind of cool when the water is just purple. And to get that kind of sheeny light in the middle there, what you do is you take you lay down your color, and before it dries you grab a tissue and you swipe it across it, and it creates this lines that look kind of like sheens of light on the water. And I don't know, this kind of looks interesting. This one I was trying to do kind of like an Oregon coast look, and I really want to mainly point out the textures on this one. What I did was I laid in basic browns and blacks, and then I took a paper towel, and I discovered this
quite by accident actually. If you take a paper towel and you dip it in, coat it in black wax like I've done here, and you kind of cut it in shapes of mountains, you lay the paper towel on top of the wax and then go over the paper towel, and it soaks in and creates these different textures of whatever's on the paper towel to create. This paper towel had like little circles and things like that, and it creates a really neat textury mountainy effect. Same thing I did here to make kind of snow-capped mountains. I just did it with white and black, and it kind of created that effect, sort of. This is another example. I really want you to just look at the water in this one again, to get that sheen. It was done with the same effect. It was done with the tissue paper. You lay it down before it dries, and it dries really quick, so you gotta hurry. You gotta lay it in and then grab tissue and just swipe it across, and it really makes a neat watery effect. And you can also do abstracts. They're fun to do. I've just laid in some red and some different colors. I don't really remember what I did. I did this one a long time ago, and this kind of grid effect is done the same way with the grass. You just drag the iron through at different angles, and it creates really neat, interesting effects. This is another one I did, a little larger. It's kind of a mixture of different techniques of the tissue paper techniques that I use. What I do is I lay tissue in and then go over the wax with the tissue paper, and then create different textures by stamping in with paper towels, and it creates just texture and color and makes some neat effects. So just some different ideas and different techniques. Really, there's no rules. I mean, you just kind of melt wax and do whatever you want, and it's fun. Kills some time.